Welcome to This Explainer. If this fun, upbeat background music is any indication, we're diving into something super exciting today: how the exact business world gets our attention. Have you ever stopped to wonder why you suddenly want to buy certain things, or how companies manage to convince you to try something totally new? Well, today, we're going to break down the exact strategies businesses use to create amazing things, and then how they use a metaphorical megaphone to shout about them to the world.
Let me start by asking you something. Think about the tablet or smartphone you're probably holding right now. What is the fundamental difference between that device and the internet connection that's actually making it work? I mean, they're both things you or your parents pay for, right? But they are totally different types of purchases. Understanding this specific difference is kind of the absolute foundation of the entire business world. So let's jump straight into Chapter 1, Products versus Services. Basically, everything we buy falls into one of two major categories, and companies have to treat them very differently. First up, we've got products. A product is a tangible, physical item. And tangible is really just a fancy word meaning you can physically touch it. You can see it, hold it in your hands, and once you buy it, it's 100% yours. That tablet you're using, that is a perfect example of a tangible consumer product. Same goes for the clothes on your back or the food in your fridge. You buy them to satisfy a specific need, and boom, they're yours to keep. But what about that internet connection? Well, that falls under our second category, a service. A service is an intangible activity, benefit, or experience. Intangible means you literally cannot touch it. You can't put an internet connection in a box and wrap it up with a bow. You can't hold an education, a doctor's visit, or a haircut in your hands. Instead of owning a service, you experience it. Because of that, marketing a service is really all about building trust and building a relationship with the customer. This brings us to one of the funniest but most important differences between the two. Think about it. If you buy a tablet and the screen is busted, returning it is super easy. You hand it back, get your refund, and go home happy. But returning a terrible haircut? Yeah, completely impossible. Once the barber snips that hair off, you've experienced the service and you are stuck with it. In the business world, we call this perishability. If Caribbean Airlines takes off with an empty seat, they can't just store that seat in a closet to sell tomorrow. If a service isn't used the exact moment it's available, it is lost forever. Let's compare these features directly to really nail down these fundamental differences. Products are physical. Services are intangible. With products, ownership transfers right to you. With services, you don't actually own anything permanent. Products can sit on a shelf for months or even years. Services cannot be stored at all. Products are usually standardized, meaning every new tablet of the exact same model looks identical. But services are often totally customized, like a haircut tailored just for your face. And lastly, products are produced first in a factory, then consumed later by you. But a service, it's produced and consumed at the exact same time.
Moving right along to Chapter 2, Marketing the Invisible.
So here's the big question. Since you can't touch, hold, or easily test a service before buying it, you can't exactly test drive a lawyer like you test drive a car, how do businesses actually convince you to buy them? Well, they use a secret formula. For standard physical products, companies rely on the famous 4 Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. But because services are invisible and their quality is super subjective, businesses need the extended 7 Ps. They add 3 crucial ingredients: people, process, and physical evidence. Since a service is just an experience, the people delivering it and the process of actually getting it become a massive chunk of what you're actually paying for. Let's zoom in on physical evidence for a second. You can't literally touch Amazon's online shopping service, right? It's just code floating in the cloud. But you can see their incredibly fast, super clean, and secure website. That website acts as the physical evidence proving their high quality. It's the exact same reason the staff at Sandals Resorts wear crisp professional uniforms, or why a doctor's office needs to be spotless. When you're selling the invisible, you absolutely have to use visible clues to build trust. Which brings us to Chapter 3, the promotion mix. All right, so you've got your product or your service figured out. You've dialed in your physical evidence. Now what? Well, now you need a megaphone. This is the action phase where a business literally shouts to the world about what it's selling. To pull this off, businesses use the communication mix, which is also known as the promotion mix. Think of it kind of like a recipe. It's the specific blend of promotional tools a company uses to communicate value. And the goal here isn't just to yell as loud as possible, it's to inform people about the product, persuade them that it's awesome, and remind them that it exists when they're finally ready to buy. Now, you don't just have one type of megaphone to choose from, you've actually got 6.
Number one is advertising, which is paid media like a TV commercial or a giant billboard. Number two is personal selling, so that's face-to-face, like a travel agent sitting down to map out your vacation. Three, events and experiences, like sponsoring a massive music festival to get your brand seen. Four, public relations, or PR, which is all about building goodwill and a positive image in the community. Five is sales promotion. Think exciting short-term incentives, like buy one, get one free coupons to drive sales right now. And six, direct marketing, which is highly personalized. Small businesses do this all the time by sending targeted WhatsApp messages or emails directly to their most loyal customers.
Let's look at how this plays out in the real world. Telecom companies like Digicel use a really cool mix. They use sales promotion by offering bonus credit and double data weekends, but they also use classic advertising on the radio. Meanwhile, a public utility company, like the Jamaica Public Service Company, uses advertising to run energy conservation campaigns and public relations to spread awareness about public safety. They're blending these different tools to fit exactly what their customers need to hear at that moment.
Chapter 4. One clear message. But hang on a second. With all these different megaphones, TV, radio, WhatsApp, live events, how on earth do businesses avoid sounding like a chaotic, noisy mess? The answer is a strategy called Integrated Marketing Communications, or IMC for short. This simply means coordinating every single communication tool so they all deliver one clear, consistent brand message. It prevents confusion. Because think about it, if your TV ad says you're a high-end luxury brand, but your Instagram page is handing out 90% off clearance coupons, your customers are going to get totally confused. IMC ensures all your promotional dollars work together to build absolute brand clarity.
Airbnb is a fantastic example of IMC in action. Whether you're watching a beautiful Airbnb commercial on YouTube, scrolling past their stunning travel photos on Instagram, reading a PR article about their unique homes, or getting a helpful little push notification from their mobile app, it all feels like the exact same company. All of their megaphones sound like one perfectly coordinated choir singing the exact same song.
And finally, Chapter 5, the Promotion Playbook. Let's put this whole puzzle together into a plan you can actually use. Here is a simple 6-step master game plan for building your very own marketing strategy. Step 1, identify your target audience. Who are you even talking to? Kids? Tourists? Tech geeks? Step 2, determine your objectives. Do you want them to buy right this second or just learn your brand's name? Step 3, design the message. Keep it clear, keep it engaging, and make sure it's culturally relevant. Step 4, choose the media. Is this a TikTok campaign or a full-page spread in a printed newspaper? Step 5, select the message source. Are you having a famous celebrity deliver it or just a regular company spokesperson? And lastly, Step 6, collect feedback. Check your social media comments or send out surveys to see if your message actually worked.
Of course, none of this happens without a budget. Companies figure out how much to spend in a few different ways. Some just spend whatever they can realistically afford. Others use the percentage of sales method, but honestly, that's got some pretty backward logic. It basically lets past sales dictate the promotion, instead of letting promotion drive your future sales. Then there's competitive parity, which just means blindly copying whatever your competitors are spending. But the absolute smartest way? That is the objective and task method. You set your goals first, and then calculate exactly what you need to spend to achieve them. Streaming giant Netflix actually uses this precise method for their massive global campaigns.
When it comes to finally executing that budget, you've really got two overarching choices: push or pull. A push strategy is when a company, like Procter & Gamble, promotes directly to retailers. They offer incentives to basically push the product onto the store shelves so you see it. On the flip side, a pull strategy aims directly at the final consumer. Think of those vibrant tourism ads showing absolutely stunning beaches. They make travelers actively demand the vacation, pulling the product right through the system from the bottom up.
And that brings us to the end of our explainer. We've covered everything from the physical tablets in our hands to the totally invisible services we experience and the carefully blended megaphones companies use to grab our attention. So I want to leave you with this final thought. What will your next big business idea be? Will it be a tangible product or a completely customized service? And most importantly, how will you use the promotion mix to shout it out to the world? Thanks so much for joining me. Keep on learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.